Hello, next video. Today we're going to take a look at how to get Kecleon in Pokemon Go, as well as how good is Kecleon in the Go Battle League. Kecleon is now available for the first time ever, and it's going to be an interesting one here. We have a post here from someone from New Zealand explaining how this all works, and we're going to take a look on how good this Pokemon is afterwards. Also, I'm going to try to showcase it later as well on my channel. Takes a while, but I'm definitely going to try to showcase it after I showcase the Pokemon Chestnut. So, we're going to take a look here. We're going to see that Kecleon going to be appearing at any Pokestop. Like it's basically Kecleon going to appear like a rocket stop. It's basically code-wise also like programmed like a rocket stop with the lowest priority. What the lowest priority means, basically, no matter what it is, like the stop has literally to have 0 on there. Like it doesn't matter what is on there, it cannot be anything on there before. It has a lower priority than normal rocket stops, or normal rocket stops were before the lowest one. So it has to be literally something where there's nothing on there. There cannot be a normal rocket on there before, so like then Kecleon wouldn't be appearing, as well as there cannot be Giovanni still on there. So if you have like still a rocket radar or whatever, you can see those stops. Like no matter if you have the rocket radar or not, those Pokemon won't be appearing on that. But every stop has the chance to have a Kecleon that has literally nothing else on it. So that's something that you have to look out for. So don't try, like at least as far as I think, don't try to spin like Pokestops from like rocket stops in general. But otherwise, you're going to be able to just go ahead and spin Pokestops. Yeah, I think you have to do that manually. I don't think a catcher would do it for you, but if you do it, you have the option to see like this small Kecleon here. Look at them in the picture, just like barely visible. I mean, just like this red bit of it makes it a little bit more obvious. So a very interesting way to integrate this Pokemon into Pokemon Go. Very cool one there. And also, of course, they did it before the Hoenn Tour, so I guess they're going to try to release all shinies for the Hoenn Tour. Interesting for that, but yeah, basically you have to spin the stop. You're going to get an encounter for the Kecleon afterwards, it seems like, and then you should be fine. But yeah, we're going to take a look at this later on as well on the channel, so subscribe if you haven't already. And we also have to take a look still at Chestnut later on. But let's take a look at what this Pokemon can do in the Great League. And this Pokemon is very interesting. It has basically, I don't think it has any stat move, it's a pure normal type. But what it has is a ton of interesting moves. You have Lick, you have Sucker Punch, which is interesting, but not too good. But what I think is that Sucker Punch gonna get buffed eventually. Like Sucker Punch is like one of those those moves which I think is very likely to get buffed, because not a lot of Pokemon have it. It's not really a strong move. It basically could get again an energy buff and would be then something like a Wing Attack right now. Like it's literally just like 0.5 energy per turn away from being Wing Attack. So definitely something that I think will get buffed in the future, but otherwise it has a ton of different charge moves. Foul Play, of course, will be able to destroy something like the Trevenant or the Frostless. Otherwise, Area Ace most likely not really, but Flamethrower is a very good coverage move. Ice Beam is a really good coverage move. Shadow Sneak, don't do it, and Thunder also most likely don't do it, but having access to Foul Play, Ice Beam, and Flamethrower gives you a ton of coverage. You could even run something like Flamethrower and Ice Beam together, so you basically hit everything super effective, other than something like a Zoom Roll. A Zoom Roll would be a little bit of a trickier one, but for that you could theoretically have Thunder. So this Pokemon has a ton of moves. Also, these stats are not that bad. As you can see here, you have to have like a level 28 Pokemon there. It goes close to 2000 in terms of the stat product there. I think it's around what Tapu Finis bulk is, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, Tapu Finis bulk is exactly the same, basically, with the 1980. And so it's basically as bulky as this Pokemon, which is pretty bulky. It's not crazy bulky, but it's definitely okay-ish. It's not crazy weak either. So let's take a look at what it can do, and we will see here that it is not really the craziest. It doesn't really have any crazy good matchup. It wins against Trevenant because it resists the Shadow, like the Ghost type damage there, and otherwise it's just sadly a little bit too weak and too frail to get there, and you don't have a good fast move for it either. Sucker Punch is still okay, but it's just not really a strong move. So most likely not something that you really need to get for Go Battle League. But I still would get it. I just wouldn't build it, because I think if this thing gets buffed, I think this move will be very, very nice. Next up, we're going to see the Ultra League here, and you can see here you can actually get a pretty okay-ish at the Ultra League with 2314 CP, but again here, this is not ideal either, because you need a fully XL version of it, and it still won't be really, really good, as you can see here as well, but it wins against Giratina Ultra if they have Shadow Claw. But yeah, that's going to be it for the video. Make sure to go outside after the community day to get yourself a Kecleon, and yeah, see you then for the showcase for Chestnut in around 5 hours.